Greetings, beloveds. Beloveds, when there is a suggestion, when there is a request for you to focus upon love, what you are truly being directed to do is to look upon your true essence, your true nature, your true divinity. You have gathered a bag of pebbles and rocks and seeming boulders along the way that have become hardened, that have become petrified of feelings, emotions, of basically the content of energy that has become petrified, that you have carried around as if it is a badge, an award that you have received. Look at how well I did not allow this energy to move through my conscious beingness, and I have formed it into a cluster. I have formed it into what has been hardened within me, what it is that blocks my soul from flowing freely with my own divinity. And you become like a creature that is made of stone. You have become hardened in this fashion. And beloveds, all that you need do is broadly and liberally apply to you love. Imagine yourselves with a paintbrush that dips into the most exquisite golden paint, and you take this pebble, this rock, this boulder, this cluster, this mountain. Beloveds, you have created these that are the size of planets and stars, and you just begin to liberally apply this delightful golden paint to these objects. Now, beloveds, we understand that you attempting to take on the biggest of these would be somewhat daunting and overwhelming. So we ask you to take the smallest pebble, if you will. This is the time that I stubbed my toe and I did not allow the energy to move fully through me. And I noticed that there is tingling in that toe. And you bring your consciousness to the toe and you said, let me remember the moment at which I stubbed the toe. There will be a sense of the energy or the pain seemingly turning back on for that moment, but you use the breath as a guide and you allow yourself to breathe into that moment, that memory that you had hardened, that you had solidified. You paint liberally with your golden brush and you allow the energy to move through, and suddenly you notice that you no longer have a feeling of tingling. There was now a free flowing of energy. Then you would move to another incident, and maybe it was a time that you had slammed your fingers in a door, and you allow yourself to do this. Now, you need not do this with every single solitary memory that you have, but what starts to begin for you, beloveds, is that, and it builds a momentum. It becomes very much like a snowball that can turn into an avalanche. And what you have done is you have put yourself on the pathway of beginning to loosen up and break up these boulders, which then turn into sand, which then can become glass or crystal, shall we say. And you once again become these Christ-aligned beings, these crystalline beings. And you bring yourself back to your very nature, which is that to be of light. And understand, beloveds, that all that has happened is you have solidified something that is meant to be in a, shall we say, liquid state. So when you allow your hearts to warm, you will allow yourselves to begin to have more agility, shall we say. When you bring the breath to that which has been fearful, you allow it to loosen, you allow it to have more flexibility, and then you will find yourselves, beloveds, dancing in between what had been this mountain of rock. You will find that suddenly there are less and less of these pebbles and rocks and boulders and gigantic masses of what seems to you to be impenetrable. you will find yourself with a sense of agility, with dancing with the light. For that is truly what you are, beloveds, is light. So go and find these places where you have hardened yourself. Call in guidance, beloveds. There are so many that are at the ready to assist you in this process. And allow yourselves to once again dance and flow, as is your truest nature. We love you, beloved and precious beings. We are here to assist and to remind you in any ways that we possibly can. Thank you for your attention. We love you, and we will speak with you again.